And after a failed attempt, upon failed attempt, and more misses than I don't know who was the worst shooter in the NBA history. We don't have that data.
We don't. Yeah, we don't have that in front of us.
No.
I mean, Rodman didn't have.
Okay.
Did have like a lot of rebounds.
No. Okay,
points.
let's do it this way. Whatever is the counterpart of Stephen Curry. That's basically it.
We'll take him.
Yeah. Whatever the counterpart, like the other side of the coin of Stephen Curry, that would be us. Because we've been recording this and no audio came out. How smart are we?
We got brains.
How smart are we? Just an FYI, a special ed moment for you kids out there. You need to get your sleep in.
Got 2 zombies here working.
You need to get your sleep in. That's why it's important for resting. See, it's not just because mom and daddy need to take care of business.
Where you going here, buddy?
We're all over the place. I mean, this is Jackson Pollock painting as is. I mean, we already recorded a 30-minute podcast with no audio to show for it.
You would have saw the video.
You want to see what a train wreck?
Yeah, I'm over here.
Like, do you want to see an audio video version of what a train wreck looked like? There you go.
Here it is.
There you go. In all its glory. Just paint our hair green and call us the Jokers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's another movie that's going to come out this year.
The Joker?
Yeah, Joker Part 2. The Part 2.
The same as doing it?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. The Part 2 of the Joaquin Phoenix, and Lady Gaga is going to be Harley Quinn.
Oh, okay.
My brother told me that they filmed a couple of scenes nearby his house. Well,
cool.
not right in front of his house, but close by where he lives, because they use the exterior of a building to make it look like Arkham Asylum.
Okay.
And they actually filmed the first Joker in that same area too.
Yeah, believe it or not, our old Geekville town, they filmed a lot there. Movies, TV shows. They like that in that main road up. Well, I don't want to tell Main Street. Everywhere has a Main Street. That bank right there, they use a lot.
Okay.
Well, that whole road they use a lot.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of like newer shows are using it, and what they do is they remodel like the whole like front of these places because they need it for the show, and these guys are reaping the benefit to it because they're like remodeling the whole thing.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. So
if you can't do it, there you go.
Yeah. So I think we buried the lead. Yeah, this is a Husky Bible podcast.
If you don't remember us.
Number we don't even know.
Repping our merch today.
Well, you are. I'm not.
That's what I said. I'm repping the merch today.
I'm just cold. Hence the hoodie.
Yeah, I'm cold too. I should have closed the window before we recorded for the second time.
We're just in our A game today.
Yeah, why not?
Like Stephen Curry, sit down, take the bench. We got it from here.
I mean, I just been up since 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm good.
I mean, we talked about in the version that you'll never hear or see. We talked about a plethora of things.
We make it big, we'll put it in the bloopers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I didn't delete the file. Oh no, it hasn't been deleted yet. But I mean, what did we talk about? We talked about Minky Juice, of course.
Well, he promotes this podcast.
Yeah, from prison. Soon to be from prison. And we talked about him landing at her bare end first, landing on God knows what. And we're talking about the movies that are coming out this year, with Deadpool and Wolverine being our top choice to see this year. because Deadpool and
I
Wolverine,
mean,
like the title, that buries the lead right there. Deadpool and Wolverine in the movies, like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. And we were talking about the quantities of money that Disney had to pay up to get the services of Mr. Hugh Jackman once again after they already had killed off the character.
well, he had a big thing getting divorced this year,
Yeah,
so
again,
show me the money.
kids, if you're gonna get married, think it over. Make sure it's the right woman. Make
Well,
sure
they
it's,
they were together for 27 years.
yeah. So God knows what happened there. God knows what happened there because I'm like, weren't they like happily ever after? Apparently no.
Guess not.
Apparently no. Apparently that only happens in fairy tales, and us. 'Cause
Yeah.
we got good marriages, thank God. Not with each other.
Oh, I just realized we've been friends for what, 3, 4 years now?
3.5 almost.
Yeah, it's
Over three and a
crazy.
half.
That went by really fast.
2.5. Sorry, 2.5. Going on 3.
Is it 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all we started. Well, I joined your podcast.
Yeah, you ransomed yourself in.
Well, I was listening to it.
From listener to going in.
Yeah, why not? Head first.
Yep.
Life is crazy. So you don't know what life is gonna bring you. Well,
That's something that was.
Forrest Gump said it himself the best way. Life is like a box of chocolate. You know?
Yep. So, how's.
Well, we talked about The Rock
Yeah, that he's back to being heel rock.
and that he wanted to cut up a $500 shirt.
He cut the sleeves off of Versace $500 shirt.
It's good to just throw money away like that, you know?
That man urinates $100 bills. That man's urine is $100 bill.
He's like, honey, I need to wipe my butt.
He's
He
like,
passed me
honey,
a
I'm gonna
couple
go to the
hundreds.
bathroom. She's like, wait a minute, let me put something to filter out.
We put the straightener in there first.
Let me hold all these $100 bills. Let me get that thing in there. Wait, no, don't let it go. I need money. I need spending money to go outside and buy Louis Vuitton purses.
That's crazy.
She pays them cash. Just don't ask where they came from.
Why are they wet and yellow? Don't worry
Why do
about
they
it.
smell funny? They smell like success, girl. That's what they smell. Get used to it.
That's the pre-workout.
That's the smell of success. That gives a whole new meaning
Well,
to the phrase "if you smell what the Rock is cooking." That's a singer right there.
all right, everybody. Talk to you next week.
9 minutes in, we're talking about the Rock's urine. And if we smell what the Rock is cooking, we should thank the Lord we don't. Although if it smells like money, you're kind of thinking about it. You're like,
Nah, I don't need to think about it. I'll take it.
It's all yellow up there and everything. This man only drinks tequila
Yeah, his own.
and his own energy drink as well.
Gosh.
I
We'll talk
mean,
about the
the man-
elimination chambers.
Yeah, that happened in the future.
Who's the fight?
It happened
The
in the
final
future.
matches for WrestleMania.
Yeah, so it defined the final matches. I mean, we're basically an unauthorized wrestling podcast in part. But
There's nothing else going in sports. I mean, Kansas City won the last
The Super
3 out
Bowl.
of the 4 years.
yeah, the Yankees got
Juan
we still
Soto.
so we're still waiting for spring training to start. I think it's going to
It
start
started today.
Oh, it started today.
Well, technically, spring training in general, I believe, started Friday, which was yesterday.
Okay, but the Yankees started today.
Yankees started today.
Okay. So I guess that's something to looking forward to.
They'll be on TV tomorrow.
Okay.
Um,
Amazon?
no, yes,
Oh, yes, network. Okay. Okay.
yeah, they'll be in there tomorrow. You can. They have like a split. They have a split unit, but tomorrow they're gonna have Soto on TV.
Okay.
So baseball's coming back up. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, because right now it's been basketball holding the court, and
Well, the Knicks are doing well. I mean, it's not
well,
like
before the break. Now let's
yeah.
see.
Well,
Hopefully
they
they.
just won their first game the other day. Was it
Okay.
third? Was just Thursday?
Let's hope they don't wet the bed. Because they're notorious for always breaking apart and after the fact.
Listen, I'm used to the Knicks being out of the playoffs contention by All Star break.
Well, they exceeded your expectations this year.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
God,
Anything?
if they make it to June, well, if they made it to June, they're in the finals.
No, if they make it to April, yeah, May, April, May,
But in
I'll
June,
be
that's
happy.
normally when the finals are almost done.
In May, isn't it?
No,
I think it's May.
by June, I mean that the finals are
Oh, by
done.
June, yeah, like early June.
Yeah, the finals are like by early June.
Listen, if I make it to April, early May, I'll be happy with them.
Let's hope they give us a little scare because it's been a drought.
Since Wall Frazier winning
No,
back
the,
to
the
back.
the last time they were in the finals was in
71, I think
'99.
71 and
No,
70.
the last time they
Well,
were
the
in the
last time they were
finals,
in the finals, it was
'99.
99 when they had that short season. They were the first 8 seed team to make it to the NBA finals, and they ran into Tim Duncan and David Robinson. They called them the Twin Towers. Oh my God,
Yeah,
those guys ate us up like it was nothing.
and Tim Duncan was in his second year, I think.
Was it second or first? Was he a
No,
rookie?
second, because he got in the league in '97. He was in
Okay,
the
so
league in
no, that was
'97.
his third year.
No, '97, '98.
Okay, yeah,
97,
second
98.
year.
Then it was second year.
Freaking guy made a living in it back off the backboard.
For a reason, he has some sort of hatred towards Michael Jordan. Tim Duncan does.
A lot of people have hatred towards Michael
No,
Jordan.
but his thing is like he probably has some intel on him that people don't talk about. I don't know because I've always heard him talk like he always says kind of like the same thing as Jordan says about Isaiah Thomas. You know how Isaiah Thomas always he always talks about Isaiah Thomas saying like he respects his game, but he doesn't respect him as a human being. That's how Jordan has described Isaiah Thomas before. That's kind of around the same area how Tim Duncan deals with Jordan. Like
Okay.
he respects his game, but he doesn't respect the human being.
Well, he says, well, one reporter off of NBC, which is Patrick, I forgot his last name, says, oh, so you don't like Michael Jordan because everyone else does? Duncan says, no, I don't like Michael Jordan because I don't like Michael Jordan. You got me wrong there. I respect Michael Jordan.
So
So,
again, it seems that he must have been privy to a detail that us, the general public, are not privy to. Or maybe something Jordan said to him directly. I don't know. We don't know. We can't speculate and say, oh, this definitely happened because of this or that. We don't know. We straight up don't know.
you respect him, you don't like him. He says, I'm just somebody that isn't that impressed by him. There's really isn't anybody in the world I'm impressed with.
Oh, so it's just him being a, you know, the word to start with a D.
Yeah, Duncan wasn't sold on Jordan, but later in the interview admitted that he loved watching Barduel. I forgot. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. I guess he's impressed by him.
Well, he must be the only one then who was actually alive watching those games back in the day. Because I remember watching that. Like that's why, like, no offense to the NBA now, but the NBA now compared to the NBA
Oh,
back in those days is soft. This
Yeah.
NBA is soft.
When you went into the paint,
Like
you
you like speaking again, going back to Isaiah Thomas. One time he went down to the paint, and Karl Malone was waiting for him, and he left him a beautiful gift right in the face with an elbow right across the forehead. The dude needed like 14 stitches. Dude must have bled out like 2 pints of blood. Those were the days.
don't get those anymore.
Cue Archie Bunker.
Damn.
I mean, Dennis Rodman, you want to talk about a guy who wanted to fight. And don't even get me started on Charles Barkley. Whoo, Jesus. Like talking about basketball in those days, was like basically comparing it to what hockey is.
Yeah.
These people beating the bejesus out of each other and then drinking a beer together like 5 minutes later. Like, yo, you remember when I sent your whole front teeth flying? Oh yeah, those cool times, cool times.
Good game out there. Good game out there.
Yeah, I'm tooth teeth right now, but okay. That beer's gonna numb out my gums.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
We need training sensitivity. Are they gonna go again? I don't think so. We're gonna have to crazy glue them back. or, or at least bolt them down to your gums. I don't know. I'm not a dentist. Will you hold my hand? While I put the teeth back together. I'm scared. Why do I have to go? You knocked them down. Aren't we friends? That's why I'm paying you the beer. Okay, I'll cut now. I'll stop now. Oh. Oh.
hilarious.
We should leave it there. That's the perfect ending.
Okay, remember our links.
I was joking. Oh God. Oh. So we already passed by Minky Juice, right?
Yeah.
Let that sucker burn. Let his behind fry.
Let it burn.
Let that behind fry. Fry in the bowels of hell.
That dude. I don't know.
When the good Lord made him, he broke the mold. And said never again. Never again. Not that crazy fool. So yeah, basketball was different back in the day. If you didn't get the gist of it.
A lot different back in the day.
It was different back in the day. I mean, people left with scars, missing teeth, swollen eyes, broken ribs.
You're lucky if you survived.
Yeah. Also, you get a good stumping in the ground for your troubles as well. So basically, boys and girls, like, thank your lucky stars that it is no longer that you're watching on TV. Because back in the day, it was different. To say the very least, it was different. Very different. I mean, you never knew when Charles Barkley just had the impulse of just throwing the basketball to the ground to the crowd because he was like tired of all the technicals that were calling on him. Again, those were the
Yeah,
days.
the good old days.
Yeah, that's the NBA I miss. Like y'all's now too. Like,
You ain't gonna get it back.
no, I know. That ship has sailed. We're not going back in those days. And for one side, it's for the best, but I find it weird that now centers are throwing 3 pointers.
Well, the game had to evolve.
Like everybody's a point guard now. For all of a sudden, everybody's a point guard.
I mean, no. I mean,
Because
you still.
well, ball handling sucks in these days. That's one thing. Because there's so much traveling. You should have just made the floor a conveyor belt, so they
Well,
just
here's the thing.
just avoided making calls.
Here's the thing. There's so much carrying going on. Like if you every
Exactly,
single time they dribbled, it was carrying, and you can
exactly.
see it. And they barely call
Dude,
carrying anymore.
they take like 14 steps without bouncing the ball. I've seen videos. I count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps without even bouncing the ball. You're like traveling.
Yeah, it's just. But yeah, the game had to evolve with you. But I mean, it eventually will come back down to centers or more like centers, but it's
Centers
not
are
the
not
way the
even.
game is right now.
There's not even 7 footers anymore. Barely
Oh,
some. Well, there's
no,
the exception
there's
of the dude
seven
in San
footers.
Antonio. The exception of the dude in San Antonio. That's an anomaly.
No, but you got the league MVP. He's 7 foot, 2 or 1. Okay,
Oh,
you got Mitchell Robinson who's on the Knicks that's 7. You got your fair share of people that are 7.
but they're like the exception. I mean, back in the day, like everybody was a 7 footer.
Well,
I remember back in the day where Alonso Mourning was the small one.
yeah.
He was the small center because he was 6'10". Everybody else was like 7 feet tall. And he was the small center. How did we get
I
this?
mean, you got centers that were like 6'11" now. I mean, the
No, I
water's
know.
not what they
Look,
used to be.
technically, you're a center after 6'9".
You can be.
Yeah, technically, you're a center after 6'9". After that, you're practically a center. But then again, you got a lot of power forwards that are that exact height.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
yeah,
what's LeBron's position again? He's a small forward,
small forward. Yeah,
but he's in here like 6'7" or six
it's
eight.
like 6'8", 6'9".
Again, you make two should be like the size of a center.
He plays sometimes he plays small forward, sometimes he plays
Point
power
guard.
forward.
Sometimes he plays like a point guard.
Well, they call them point forwards. I mean,
I mean,
it's
don't
who
get
you
me
want
wrong.
to.
He's very like he has all the check marks and all the areas. That's one dude that I don't say he travels much. He doesn't do much traveling. His ball work is okay,
Yeah, I mean,
and
a lot of people travel. I know. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, he's reported a 6'9". What this dude is doing at his age of 39, it is crazy.
yeah, either the league has regressed or
No,
he's just
he's
that damn
just
good.
I.
Either
I'm not a LeBron fan.
I know.
I'm not a like I and you heard this from me before. I'm not even a Brady's fan, but you gotta give his props.
The devil is due.
The dude is 39. He's averaging 25 points, seven
Dude,
rebounds, 7 assists, and he's shooting 52% from the field.
dude, at his age, we're just be hanging it right now.
The last 10 games, he's averaging 36 minutes. Like,
No,
what?
I give him his props, but he's no Jordan. He's no
He's the
Jordan.
Jordan of this era.
Yes, that I will definitely give him that. I'll definitely give him that. But he's no Jordan. Like in my lifetime, for what I've seen,
In my lifetime, the closest person you can even
Kobe,
say, yeah,
Kobe, Kobe,
was even close to being as good as Jordan
Kobe.
was
That's it.
Kobe.
Kobe. That's all. That's all you got to say right there. Kobe, and that's it. You just say it and keep it quiet, and that's it. That's all you need to know. Kobe.
There's,
So,
I don't think there's anyone. Yeah, I mean, you can't. Doesn't come close to.
so we're gonna try to do these Saturdays for the time being, right?
For the time being, because rain, sleet, or snow is having me work at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Hence the reason why we are not recording that much, boys and girls that listen to us.
Yeah, I apologize in advance. I am hoping that the good news that I got today will be that would work better for us.
Yeah, and I hope other things work out as well in our respective personal lives because it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows around these here neck woods as well.
Yeah, I think better days are coming. Like I told you before off air,
Mm-hmm.
easy things don't come.
Why my eyes are doing this Uncle Ruckus thing?
I don't know, but yeah, I, I think better times are gonna come. We just gotta hold on for dear life, and it's rough. I knew this journey of mine was gonna be rough. We all knew that.
Look,
You
uh,
have in for the past 2.5 years that I know you are having a ride of your life, but
and not the
I'm
nice
hoping
one.
that
It's not exactly going through Space Mountain here. You know, it's not
no,
like you're
yeah,
going, yay,
yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm hoping that it comes to an end soon, at least half of it.
It's been a hard journey. I mean, I was talking about this last night in my church. There was a night of talking about testimonies, and I shared this. I was like, "Look, my story has right now. It does not have a happy ending. Right at this particular moment, in this precise moment, it doesn't have a happy ending. I'm going through it, but that doesn't mean that the happy ending isn't around the corner. That doesn't mean that this is the end. This is just a situation. I compared it and equated it to how it was 2.5 years ago when I was in DR with a plethora of debt, with a dead end job. I saw no future whatsoever. And then 2.5 years later, that debt is almost gone. I'm in a much better position than I was back then. Although I'm not with my wife and daughter, who I miss dearly, but things are not the same as they were back then. So if things can change over time, what makes you think this is not going to change now? You know? So, I mean, you get desperate, obviously, because you're human. You're not made of stone. So you get desperate. You yearn for the things that you miss. For example, in my case, my wife and daughter, I miss them dearly. I want them to be here with me. That's the end game. That's the goal. But in the meantime, in between time, it's waiting. And this waiting thing sucks. Like, if
Yeah,
I
it ain't easy.
if I tell you that it's I'm just going through it all hunky dory, It's all fine around here. It's all peachy keen. Nah, it ain't. It ain't. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. It's as we used to say back in the old days in the podcast. Is the drizzling? You know what? I'm like, just add the asterisk there, and you will figure out. If you listen to the old ones before, we were not so good Christian boys. You will know. But it's been a journey, and the part of the journey is that you got to go through it. The good and the bad. There's a bunch of good stuff that has happened. Like you've been part in this journey. That's some good stuff. Being here with me, going and co-writing in this journey. That's some good stuff. The church I found out, that's some good stuff. The equipment I've gotten, that's some great stuff. But
You have been blessed.
yes, I have been. I can't complain. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Like you got to see the things from the perspective that there is. You don't have to just see the nasty stuff. Because guess what? If you're alive, that's just part of the bargain, man. Like that people say, oh, there's hot and cold. You know that actually cold does not exist. That cold is just a product of lack of heat. You know that? Cold in sense, nothing creates cold. The cold is just a product of no heat. But heat is the natural process. It's what's natural. So life, there's hot and cold. There's bad and good. And there's going to be some droughts in your life that bouts in life that you're just going to have to go through it. And it's going to suck. It's going to be bad. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to tough it up, resist. Like we said Rocky before, when in the version of the podcast that nobody's going to hear or see. It's not about how hard you hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. So Rocky, as much as he was a sandbag in life in his boxing matches, he was a sage old boxer. He knew what he was talking about because that's exactly what life is. You get your behind kicked, you dust yourself up, get back up, and keep doing it until you get what you need. So we're gonna end it in a positive note. What do you think about that?
I like it.
We ended in a positive note because we didn't talk about other stuff that just will bring things down. So I'm just going to shut my mouth down. so just to not screw it up. Just to remind you all, folks, of our TeePublic store. Always some 30% or whatever percent off.
$16 shirts today.
Yeah. You can get them all. Just buy them there. Help a brother out. Proceeds in part will go to yours truly, which will help out with paperwork. Bringing the family here. So, if you see stuff that you like.
Right before we started the podcast, I got the text message from them.
Remind you of some sort of discount.
18% off the hoodies, $16 tees.
Well, it is cold out here in our neck of the woods. So,
yes, it is.
Gotta cover yourself up. So yeah, go get your merch there. Remember our website, huskybambopod.com, where you can see this or listen to this in other previous episodes. Our social media, Husky Bamboo Media. And remember our personal feeds, that Ariel Duran and Johnny Boy 426 on Instagram. Mostly. I'm also on Twitter as well, or X. And yeah, I know that flaming bag of trash is still alive for the time being. Hey, there's some suckers out there paying $9 a month, so I guess. I don't make those decisions for people. What can I tell you? It's there, and since I've had that account since 2018, it's had some sentimental value. But I ain't gonna pay Elon Musk money. That's for damn sure. So, anyways, take care. Hopefully, we can get back to our regular scheduling, recording these podcasts. If the people with ratings, leaders, know people don't snatch our friend Jonathan here, so I don't like recording these things alone because that would be like the mecca of of being this. Like, who the heck does this dude think he is? He can hold the fort all by himself. That's why I do. That's why I
He
do.
already has the other podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
trying to do the group one by himself.
Yeah, but the other one is like a very private, very simple one. 9 minutes, 10 minutes, short.
Well, you got your OG subscribers that have been listening to you by yourself. So,
how many of those left? Anyway, here I am throwing the positive. See, that's why I told you we need to end this quick, man.
okay.
All right, going
Well,
through the negative stuff.
Everyone have a good week. And peace out.
Take care. Bye.
Deuces.